anymore. But really, I was pretty tired of network marketing. I had had some success, but not a whole lot of success. And I really didn't think I wanted to do it anymore. And when my friend Ron told me about it, I looked for many reasons not to do it. And it took me about 6 months, and I couldn't find a reason not to do it, except I knew nothing about electricity. And also, my tech skills are absolutely pretty much non-existent. So I thought, I don't know how good I'll be at this, but I'll give it a try.
Well,
So since, go
yeah,
ahead.
you pulled the trigger. What made you pull the trigger? What resonated with you? What said made you say I'm going to give it a try?
Well, like I said, I couldn't really find a reason not to. And I thought, this is kind of stupid not to do this. It really did sound pretty good. And the fact that I knew nothing about electricity and my tech skills were pretty bad, I thought, really, maybe I should just go ahead and give it a try. So I
Mhm.
kind of jumped in and um, just gave it a whirl. Took me a long time. Paul has been a really big help to me with technology. I still have a very long way to go. It slows me down quite a bit. I'm much better one-on-one, but I'm getting there.
Well, I'm not sure if did you fast track? I wasn't sure if you fast tracked. Did you hit regional energy advisor in less than 30 days? I should know that, but I'm not sure. I know you're a regional energy advisor, but I'm not sure of the timeline.
No, I missed it by a week. I
Oh,
was really trying, and no, I didn't make it. I missed it by a week.
that's okay. That's okay. Well,
That's okay. I
congratulations
still
on
got
that. Yeah, so
thanks.
you're down there in New Jersey. You're kind of on your own down there right now as far as there's nobody that you know nearby that's working this, right? Where does Ron live? Isn't he in like Delaware or something?
He's a little bit north from me, but yeah, he's probably like 40 minutes away.
Okay. Yeah, so you're going out and you're gathering customers. I see them coming in on a regular basis from you. You've been reaching out, asking me about, some bigger accounts and stuff and some other things you're working on. So, there's a lot of people on here that are wanting to get where you're at right now, even though you don't think like you've gone very far. People want to hit these promotions and they want to work on gathering their customers. So what are some of the keys to your success so far in gathering customers?
Well, I would say that the main thing is to be on the trainings and to be at the meetings, because I think being on the trainings and the meetings is going to build your skills. It's going to build your confidence. And if you have more confidence, you're going to be more confident about talking to people, and especially the successful people. And one of the customers that I just signed up is a person that owns, him and his two brothers own 3 restaurants in the area. And when I initially talked to him, he was like, no, no, Sandy, just stop it right there. I am not interested in electricity. There have been a couple companies around that, have left a bad taste in people's mouths. And I was like, okay, no problem, Ralph. And I sat down, had a slice of pizza in his restaurant, and he came over and we were talking. And he's like, I said, do you know anybody else that might want to save money? And he's like, well, I don't know, maybe my brother. And so I talked to his brother, and so his brother said, my electric bill is so high, Sandy. If you could save me some money, I don't care about anything else. You could just save me some money. I'll sign up myself, my mother, my brother, my sister, and our 3 restaurants. And I was like, cool. So anyway, he came on board, and so now he's signing up other people. He signed up his brother Ralph, and so they're all trying to get the 10%. So Mike now has his 10% lined up, and Ralph's working on his 10%. But the people, I walked to the restaurant the other night and he's pointing out people. He's like, she's signing up, he's signing up, they're signing up. So it was pretty exciting. So
That is
you never
exciting.
know where that yes from and where that's going to go to.
So what made you go in and talk to Ralph? I mean, is he a longtime friend or, because he was a business owner, what was your intent going in there?
Well, I live in a small town, so like everybody knows everybody. And so
Hmm.
I know Ralph, but I also knew that he had 3 restaurants, and I know he has a big circle of influence. So I thought if I could get him on, that would be a really good thing to do. So kind of worked out. And I know we're not done with him yet. So I spoke to you today about getting the 3 restaurants on, and, who knows, maybe we'll have flyers in their restaurant, and, eventually I hope to get one of them on as an energy advisor. They're all really very busy, but you never know where it might go.
Absolutely. Well, I love that you had that mindset and you just did it on your own. And, with you just said, I'm going to go do this. And I've preached this from the mountaintops for years is, the small towns are usually tougher to get going. But I've always said the fortunes are made in the small towns because once people know, they're all in and it will explode in that little town, and you won't be able to knock the smile off your face as I'm coming up there to do a presentation in Ralph's restaurant, and there's 200 people in there that are, if they all come on board, they're going to be on your team, and that's the beauty of what we have here. And I appreciate you sharing that with us. So do you have any other recent stories you want to share?
Well, also, I'd like to say, don't prejudge people, because I had a friend who, she's pretty busy and she's a grandma, and I just thought I'd help her out and help her save some money on her electric bill. And she was pretty interested in that. And then we had a hard time with her trying to find her electric bill because she does an auto pay. And Paul had said to me, "Do you think she'd be interested in being an advisor?" And I said, "Oh, absolutely not. She is not the type at all." And I kind of really believed that she wasn't the type at all. So we're going over the savings, and she was kind of like, I knew she was coming on, but she was kind of just hesitant for some reason. And I said to her, I said, "Well, Denise," I said, "there is another way you could save some money." And she said, "How's that?" And I said, "Well, you could do what I'm doing and be an energy advisor." And she said, "Sandy, I saw that on the first video that you sent me, and I was interested, but you never brought it up again." And she said, "I've done this business so many times." She said, "And I'm really great at getting customers. I'm just not good at getting, other advisors." And she's going, she lives in an apartment building. She's like, "They do presentations in here all the time for everybody in the complex." She said, "Do you think we could do something like that? And, you could come in and do a presentation. We'll invite, everybody in place." And she has all these ideas. She actually just went out of town to go on vacation, which was already planned. So we haven't done anything yet, but I talked to her the other day, and I said, "Did you get certified?" And she said, I can't remember if she even said yes or no. I think she said she got certified, but she didn't go through the training. That's what it was. She said, "But Sandy, I talked to my daughter-in-law and she's interested." And I said, "Oh, what's she interested in? The business or the being a customer?" And she said, "Both." So she's not even done with her training yet. And she already has somebody that she wants to sign up.
Love
So
it.
we absolutely should not be prejudging anybody.
Exactly. So my takeaways from hearing you speak is number one, you'd never really done this before, but you said, I'm just gonna give it a shot. You go right into a successful business owner, all thinking about that yourself. I love that idea. Don't prejudge anybody, and you know, uh just go for it, right? And
And
yeah.
I think another important thing is to have a buddy, because I think that, if you have a buddy, they just kind of keep you on track, and, you just don't ever get too far off the road, because it's really easy to do that. Life gets in the way, and next thing you know, you haven't been to a meeting in 3 days, and you haven't done anything in 3 days. I also try to call at least a couple people or send out a couple videos every single day. I try to treat it like a business, and it pays me like a business, which is kind of nice. Treat it like a hobby, it's going to pay you like a hobby.
I love it. I love it. Absolutely. And the one thing I love about what you've done is, which is what I was talking about earlier, you reached out to leaders for help. You reached out to Paul, you reached out to me, you probably reached out to some others. And I just want to thank you for that. And I will invite Bella and Brendan to, if they have any questions for you. But congratulations and thank you for being my guest on here tonight.
Thank you for inviting me.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Sandy. And you look so familiar. Did you come to the meeting in New Jersey when we had it in Hamilton? Are you from that area?
No, I didn't.
You didn't. So I don't.
I wish I had.
I know. Well, listen, you live in that area though, don't you?
Hamilton is like an hour away, 50 minutes.
Are you north or south?
I am north.
So are you near Morristown? Because there's a big meeting in Morristown next week. Uh,
I did not know about that, and I'm like 45 minutes away. I'm kind of like in between Princeton and Newark,
Great.
but
Well,
I
I
could
will
go to
tell you,
Morristown.
Sandy, the
That's
best advice I
interesting.
can give you is if you're treating this like a business, go meet my business partners, Jim Kenny, my brother, and some of the big leaders that are building huge businesses up on the north side of New Jersey, which is Morristown, Warren, Bedminster, that area. They're all getting together. It's on the calendar. So if you go to thinksuccess.plus, you'll see next Tuesday night at 6:30. They're all going to be there. And if you are saying that you have a buddy or you'd like to do this with a buddy, this is a good one to bring a buddy to, because sometimes when you go to the bigger meetings, especially the live meetings, it can have such a great effect on your business in terms of if you bring a guest with you and all of a sudden you could leave that event and all of a sudden it is definitely not just you anymore. All of a sudden now you have a buddy doing this with you. And that, like you said, Sandy, once you start to have teammates and you're all kind of aligned and you're all making those calls together, you're sharing your successes and your wins. That's kind of how it starts. And so, but I love, my takeaway was that you're plugging in. And so, that's a key part of the business. But because there are events that are going to be happening in New Jersey all summer. So this is what's nice about why we're doing the live. The company's paying for the leadership to put these events together. So it's really not a burden on anybody to actually financially come out of pocket for it's a hotel event. So it's in Morristown at the Hyatt. But it's going to be consistent. So like every 2 weeks. And so I'm going to be down in Lakewood,
Okay.
New Jersey on the 19th, which is we actually just signed that contract today. It's a Sunday, believe it or not. It's going to be a Sunday afternoon from 2 to 5. And that's also another spot where you can bring a guest, but we're also going to do a training too on my Sunday. So it's going to be 2 to 3 and then short break, have a coffee. And then for those that want to stick around, we're going to do a training on really how to acquire customers. So if you're new to the business and you come to an opportunity meeting like that, and you say, like you said, Sandy, you said there was no reason you not to do this, right? And so people will come to that conclusion much faster when they're in a live event. They won't take them 6 months to figure it out. It'll take them 6 minutes, and then they'll probably join at the event or soon after that. But to get trained and to learn from the people that are doing it, like you, Sandy, that are local, that are all hearing their local stories, and they start to realize, wow, this is way bigger than I thought. And especially for those of you that are on here that aren't from New Jersey, New Jersey just happens to be what I think is one of the greatest opportunities within the Think opportunity. Just because the way the market's maturing and the way you have your utility rates raising the rates. So like you said, you already feel the pain point when you're talking to the locals. Everyone's saying my electric bill's through the roof. You're already getting that pain. And so you have, between the energy rates and the 20% community solar, you have a chance to reduce someone's next year electricity cost by almost 30%. That's significant, and that's going to make a massive impact. So there is no reason to be shy about that in New Jersey. So that has put you just in a pretty good position, the fact that you live there. And listen, if you can get something going before you fly down to Big John's house in Florida and hang out with him all the time, because listen, as much as we like Big John, he's down in Florida. He's not in New Jersey right now. He has to fly up and be with you. But right now, you're going to end up going back down there. But he will love you even more if you get a nice little business going before you head down to Florida, right? And so that's going to be ultimately the goal. But I look forward to meeting you, Sandy. I hope I do, because I'm going to be down there all summer as well. I'm going to support New Jersey big time because it is such a great market. And so, but anyway, I wanted to say congratulations. As you were talking, I kind of was like, all right, who's Sandy? Now I got to look you up, and I pull you up. And you have gotten almost 20 customers, but you do have some teammates, and your group total is climbing. So when I see someone's personal customer count and then I look to see their team count, that excites me because I know now you are not alone. You are building with other people who kind of share that same vision. So that's the beginning, right? Is that core. And so I think your future is going to look really good. And I'm just grateful that you came on and shared your story with, and just, listen, it is what it is, right? You're like every person in America. You're going to have challenges. Your technology challenge. So am I. I mean, ask anyone that knows me, and then they ever come to me with a technical question. I'm like, seriously, you're calling me about a technical problem? I'm like, I don't know how to answer that. So I don't even know how to even use my phone, for crying out loud. I mean, that's just not who you don't need to be technology savvy in this business. You just need to have a little bit of a Rolodex and share an incredible savings or incredible, product to the public. It's easy to become a customer. You have done that. So even though, Sandy, your technology challenge, you've been enrolling customers. So we know it's not that difficult, right? It is just a matter of following some basic instructions on a enrollment page and just making sure the customer follows through and, says yes when they get the email and stuff like that. So I think you're getting pretty good at that. And so actually you become more of an inspiration than anything, because you come into it knowing that was the reason why it took you 6 months, was probably because of that. I don't think I can do this because of technology.
Yeah.
You're finding that that's not the case, and you're actually that's what inspires a lot of folks. If you're on here, just know that Sandy has overcome that. You tackled it, and you are now becoming a teacher within your community and teaching others how to do it. And that's why I love the business. Watching your beginning stages, but your journey is going to be so much greater down the road, because I think you have exactly what it takes. You can teach others to do the same thing. So congratulations on your success. And it's been a pleasure to learn a little bit more about you. Kirk's been talking to me about you, and now I get a chance. This is why I love doing these meetings, because I get to meet people firsthand and say congratulations. So congratulations again, and on your continued success.
Thank you. And I would like to say thank you very much. And I would like to say thank you to Paul, because really
Yeah.
I owe a lot of my success to him. He's been so very patient with me, and he's really been a big help. And he is kind of my buddy in this. I don't really know him, but I know him through this company, and he's really just been such a big help to me, and I really, really appreciate him.
Well,
and
no
you
doubt.
too.
He's a great guy.
And actually, the few people that I have reached out to, that's one of the things that I really love about this company, because especially now on the ground floor, we have all you guys. You guys are like the biggest and the best, and not necessarily the biggest, you know what I mean, but the greatest. And so we have access to you all, and you're also willing to help, and I absolutely love that, and really truly appreciate every single one of you, and all my downline.
Well, Sandy, I am guilty. Now I know where I met you, because I got a text from your partner Paul, and he said that I met you on a Zoom. You and John, Big John, and Paul did a Zoom
Yes.
with your husband and yourself. I remember, now that he brought that to my attention. Now I know why you look so familiar. I'm like, I know you from
That's
somewhere.
it.
And so, but that's important too, because just knowing that now and sharing it with everyone that's on the call, that is what you call a validation Zoom. So you were introduced to the business. Paul was able to get John and myself to talk to you and your husband and explain the program, and we validated the opportunity. And ultimately, you made the decision to join, right? And it so thrills me to see that, here we are, a month, however many weeks or whatever it's been since that Zoom, to see where you are right now. That's like amazing. I mean, so obviously your husband's behind it too, because you had him right there with you, right? So he learned that same day. And although he may not be doing what you're doing, he was there, and he supports
Yes.
what you're doing. And that's the most important thing. So but yes, thank you. Tell Paul I said thank you for that, because he reminded me of how I knew you. So you see, this is how it goes. But anyway, it's great to see your success. So thank you so much for everything you're doing.
Great job,
Thank you.
Sandy.
I'm very excited to be here, and thank you guys again.
You got it.
Thank you, Sandy. You were so inspirational tonight. You got me all inspired, and all of my people. Such an incredible story. I love what you were saying, and you're absolutely right. It's such a special opportunity to be in the beginning stages of a company. We very rarely have an opportunity to join a company that's so brand new. And we are sort of the pioneers taking this incredible opportunity out to the marketplace. And we definitely have this amazing opportunity. And thank you for having the vision that you had and having the belief that you had and doing what you're doing. We're so proud of you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Sandy.
Bill.
Yep. Well, listen, guys, you heard it. I love she's talking about accountability partner. I highly recommend people find somebody to keep them accountable because, listen, everybody falls off the wagon here once in a while. We got to get back on and get back to work. So, Bella, I appreciate doing these Zooms with you more than you know, and it is your time to shine.
Okay, here we go. We're gonna call somebody also very incredible tonight. This guy has joined us a little while ago. Such an incredible, special person. He really, it's amazing because we watched him become such a leadership type of a person when I was off the days of the holiday of Passover. He just took charge with you, Kirk and Brendan and Big John of the chat. And he was like going on and promoting things and on every single Zoom and being a part, plugging in, taking serious action of plugging in. I'm so proud of him. And you know what? He has a big challenge. He does live in a place like you, Kirk and Big John, and some of you, he does live in a place that does not have community solar and or electric to offer to customers, and he's sticking with it. He's taking charge, and I'm gonna just, have him say to hello to all of us here tonight on the Zoom. He really deserves a real big shout out. My very dear friend Raymond Mornion from North Carolina. How are you
Hello,
tonight?
I'm doing great. Thank you. How are you doing tonight?
Doing great, doing great. I just really felt we had to really come and have a little of spotlight on you because you're doing all the things that a leader should be doing, and you're just gonna, so let everybody know what has been your experience with our company so far.
I mean, so far it's been great. It's tough being in the market with nothing here. Um, you know, I do have family like Sandy. She's up in New Jersey. I have family up in South Jersey, and unfortunately, a lot of it, like she said, has had companies come through and give it a bad name. Not us, but themselves. And so it's been challenging in that regards, but having the support here, and you said it's a new company, and we're ground floor, but we're not led by beginners. We have these great leaders here, to lead us, to help us, to teach us. And it's amazing. We have the access to everybody that we need. I've been in network marketing since I was 18. I had my ups and my downs, and I've never been into one that actually had a need for people. You can sell vitamins, you can sell legal plans, you can sell just about anything, but there's no real need. You can go to Walmart and buy that stuff. You can't go to Walmart and get 20% off of your electric bill.
No.
This is something that everybody buys, and we give it to them for free as with a discount. So it's an amazing program. And I cannot wait till it hits North Carolina. I'm hoping it's in my area, but I will be doing things up in Virginia up until that point, and trying to hit that LMI,
Okay.
base out that way. So it's I love it. I'm not going anywhere. I told Big John on the phone that I was jumping on Bella's coattails, and I was going to ride this all the way as far as I possibly can. So it's as far as helping other people, that's just who I am. I try to help everybody I can. I learn as much as I can so I can help other people, and that's where being on the Zoom and watching the trainings and doing everything so that way I can learn, how to be better myself. So that way, when I do have the opportunity locally to hit every single person I possibly can, I will. And until then, I'm doing the multi-level marketing aspect of recruiting.
Beautiful, beautiful. Raymond, you're such an inspiration to the entire team. I have to tell you, because if anybody can ever say, listen, I don't have anything in my market, you're definitely one of them. And I know Mikey and Mandy Gomez have the same thing going on, and look at them, they reached out to and you're doing the same thing. You're reaching out, you got this great guy, Jeff, in Colorado. And Jeff, by the way, was chatting here before that he has to thank you, because if not for you, he wouldn't be here tonight. And so wait until Jeff gets really going, and he's gonna rip it apart in Colorado.
I
And
know Jeff is. I'm excited for Jeff. This is a
yeah.
big opportunity for him. He's talking about ground floor, being right at your state, right at the bottom and ready to, rock and roll. So I'm excited for him. I
Yeah.
really am.
Absolutely, Ray. And we all want to thank you so much for being such an incredible leader to the entire team, helping everybody all the time. Kirk, this guy, and Brendan, he's always responding to everybody's questions and chats, and is always helpful, helping everybody out there, taking lead and taking charge, and really such a true inspiration to the entire team and to the whole company. And we cannot wait, all of us, to celebrate your amazing success as you will be ranking up very, very soon. So thank you.
Absolutely.
I
I
really
appreciate it.
appreciate it, Ray. And my best, warmest regards to your precious mother, Merle.
Thank you.
You're very, very welcome. And thank you for being here for us tonight. So now I'm going to bring on one more person here in our team, Kirk and Brendan, also, that he lives in New Jersey. And we've known each other for quite a while, for years. Interestingly enough, he was trying to get me into some kind of companies years ago in the electricity market. And I never found it of interest. I don't know why. This time, his precious mother-in-law, who's been a very close friend of mine for years, she was after me for 3 months and literally hounding me. And we were friends, so she knew me from years ago, from all different ventures that we've been done together. And she got me. She just laid it on me and told me, listen, Bella, this is not about products that you have to, just like Raymond was saying, no potions, no lotions, no creams, no vitamins. This is electricity. This is something that everybody's going to need. Everybody, you cannot, exist without it. And so she got my ears really wide open when she started saying these words. And lo and behold, unfortunately, she passed away. But a few months later, I said, you know what? I got to get a hold of her son-in-law, Isaac. He's such a nice guy. He's such a gentleman. We've been friends for so many years, business friends. And he knew me, I knew him. And I called Isaac, and we started having this conversation. And Isaac joined a company and lives in New Jersey. And we both didn't know that New Jersey is going to become such a hot spot at that time. And now Isaac is really starting to build his business all across USA. He has an incredible, awesome dream team in Chicago, Illinois, and in Baltimore, Maryland, and now in New Jersey. Isaac, I'm just so proud of you. Why don't you step up here? We all want to give you a big shout out and tell everybody just what's been your experience so far. We're so proud of you.
Thank you, Bella. Unbelievable introduction. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And yeah, my mother-in-law goes back with Bella many, many years. I've watched Bella from far as she was successful in one company, another company, and I'm not surprised at all that she's taking the leadership that she's taking in this company. She reached out to me in the beginning. I wasn't really interested in looking at the opportunity at the time. But what really got me hooked was the community solar. The community solar is just out of this world. The customer saves money, serious money, and they sign up once and they keep benefiting again and again and again. I actually got into the Viridian back in the beginning, and I signed up my mother-in-law into the company at the same time. I signed up via an email. Almost no one will ever sign up in an email. I signed up via an email because I knew about energy deregulation from probably the late 90s, early 2000s. And I was helping people, advising people to sign up with third-party suppliers just on my own because I felt it was the right thing to do. Why not save money? You're paying the bill anyway. Why not sign up with a third-party supplier and save money? When I got this email from a friend that said, "Hey, you can make money helping people save money," I said, "What's that?" It perked my interest because I was doing it anyway. And you know, I did nicely, you know, with Viridian at the time, but I didn't have that much time to put into it. And you know, when it finished, it finished. When Bella told me about the community solar, that was, you know, hands down. I said, you know, I have to do this. I want to help my friends. I want to help people. There is no downside. Literally, there's no downside. So why not? And you know, I've been putting in a little bit of time here, a little bit of time there. It's not easy, but whatever, when, you know, whenever I can, I'm putting in some time. And the support that Bella gives is second to none. She's always available. She's always there for you. She's ready to do the validation. She's ready to do whatever it takes. A lot of my downline goes straight to Bella because Bella's the, you know, powerhouse. You know, they just bypass me. Yeah, we'll go to Bella. And you know, what's amazing is at this point in time, like Bella said, you know, I got teams in Illinois, I got teams in Maryland, I got teams growing in New Jersey, and you know, it's at the point already where people are joining the organization. I don't even know who they are, and then I hear them on a call, and they're talking about Moshe Reitman and Yaron, and I said, "Hey, they're my team," and I don't even know who they are. So it's just incredible. You know, this is really a business that takes on a life of its own. You know, you gotta put your nose to the grindstone and do the work. But once you do the work, it just keeps paying back and back and back. And I look forward to every Friday. It's a beautiful sight to see. And you know, I am thanking Bella that she did chase after me. You know, when she called me at first, I really wasn't interested.
He
And
gave me
you
a
know,
pretty hard time. He
I
gave me
brushed her off.
I got Brendan and Big John on the phone, both of them.
She
They both
did. She
came
did.
on with me. I needed two guns with me.
And you know what? No regrets. I love the business. I love the community solar. I'm 100% sold on a community solar. You know, I think every person on the planet should be on community solar. In my heart, it's not because I want to make money. In my heart, they should be on community solar.
Yep.
So I want to make sure to get the word out to as many people as possible.
Wow. 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 You're amazing, Isaac. I'm just so proud of you. And he's so right. I don't even have time to let him know. I sent him a text tonight. Isaac, please send an email of the 6-minute video and the advisor link of this one to this one, because I was doing validations 3-4 levels down of him. He doesn't even know. And I'm like, help me here and send out advisor links because these people don't even know how to sign up. I said, you know.
That was amazing.
Yeah, I'm very proud of you, Isaac. You're doing great. You're growing an amazing team in Chicago, Illinois. That I'm telling you, and you know what? If not for this, we would have never known who Moisture Reitman is altogether, right?
You're right.
You
You're
were
right. You're right.
enjoying him, right?
And I had the honor to meet him personally when I was out in Chicago a couple months ago, and I'm going out this weekend again.
Exactly, exactly. Building a beautiful team in Maryland and really just doing absolutely great. And now you're starting to explode in New Jersey. I'm very, very excited about May 19th in New Jersey. We're going to put it big time on the calendar. We got a beautiful place out there, party room. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be an awesome event. So thank you, Isaac. You're what an incredible leader. Kirk or Brendan, if you want to ask
Thank
any
you.
questions, you're welcome.
When I grow up, I want to be Bella.
Well, congratulations, Isaac. You got to love the stories of, you know, all of a sudden you're hearing people speak and you're like, wait a minute, they're on my team. You got to love that. That's awesome. You know, that means you got some good momentum
Yep.
going. And you know, once it starts growing, it's hard to keep track of who's on your team. So, you know, obviously that's another reason we do you know, I know Bella does a lot of calls. We do these Zooms. We have our, you know, for our team, we have a social media site to keep people in the game, just to let people know what is going on. So, yeah, well, congratulations. That's exciting. And yeah, you got to love it.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. Great story, Isaac. Love it. Okay, back to you, Brendan.
Well, I did say to Isaac about, you know, when he was first coming in, because I remember those conversations, and I said, Isaac, it's all about what your story is. And here we are, you're telling your story. Isn't this cool? And listen, one of those points were, coming into this business because of your past with Viridian and things that didn't play out the way they wanted to. So that hesitation was in the beginning, but I'm so happy to see that, you've been in this now for a little bit and you've actually educated hundreds upon hundreds of customers in your groups about community solar. And like you said, it's so, for if you're new here, there is zero downside to this product, and you're right on. And Isaac, it's one of those where it's like you just like all of us, you just wish everyone could just understand it like that, right? And understand the benefit that they'll receive for so many years. And that's the education part, but that's why we get paid so well in the beginning here, is because we are having to break through. Whenever you're new and you're trying to educate the public about something that's so brand new, that's literally too good to be true, because that's ultimately your biggest objection here, is everyone thinks it's too good to be true. Well, when you said something which is very important for everyone to realize, is when you have a good company with good leadership and you have people that are willing to support you, you can be like Isaac. And if you introduce the business and you plug them into the system, then the magic of not even knowing who your downline is exists, because all you really have to do is introduce the people to the business, and people will make their own decision whether this is a good opportunity for them or not. But like Isaac knows that every time he introduces the business to someone brand new, he's never going to have someone say to him, I never got any support. He knows that going into every recruit. And so it's much easier to recruit when you know you have that kind of support and that kind of training on the back end of a system. And so you've benefited from that, and you're just getting started, because some of your biggest growth has happened just over the last 30 to 45 days.
Yeah.
You've seen those numbers starting to really skyrocket. And a year from now, it wouldn't surprise me if you were at one of the highest ranks of the company, because you are actually building a pretty solid foundation. You have good volume in multiple lines. And so that is just incredible. So Isaac, I can't wait. I love working with you. You've got such a great attitude. You bring that every day in your conversations, in your quotes on the chat. You are amazing. So congratulations on your success, and thanks for being part of our
Thank you so much.
Power Hour. Loved hearing it. It was great.
And you're right. I still remember you saying you're going to be writing your story right now, so make it a good one.
Yeah, that's right. I said that's the most important thing in network marketing, is to always have your story. If your story is good, you will attract a lot of people in your business. And it's all about writing that story. So you have done that to perfection. And it's going to be the first of many more times that you're going to be sharing that with a lot of folks, and you're going to be an inspiration to a lot of folks going forward. So thank you, Isaac. You're amazing. And so keep up the good work. I love working with your team. So
Thank you.
thanks for joining us tonight. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Wow. Listen, that was a power hour, guys. We, for a last minute Tuesday night rendezvous, Bella, you pulled it off. You brought on some incredible people. So did you, Kirk. And listen, if you're new today, if you're brand new, if you're out there hustling, we're going to find you. And we want to hear your story. And, stay tuned. Next Wednesday night, we'll go back to our normal Wednesday night power hour, 9 to 10 every week. You guys have all been great. Kirk and Bella, thank you so much. Bella, safe journey on your travels. I know you're nervous, because anytime Bella has to travel, she gets a little nervous, and that's what threw her off a little bit. She brought on did you bring on, what wig do you have on tonight? Because we all want to know what wig you're on. Is it the I'm nervous wig, or what wig do you have on tonight? We don't know. But we love it. Whatever it is, it looks great. And we thank you for your last minute power hour. Kirk, you guys are amazing. You guys are awesome. Everybody have a great rest of your week. The week and the month is just beginning. So many good things to look forward to. Always go to thinksuccess.plus now and go to the events page. There is so many live events in Illinois starting next week, live events all over the place, live events in New Jersey starting next week, live events in Maine. They're popping up everywhere. So get plugged in. If you have something local or you know somebody in that area and they can get to a live meeting, there's nothing more powerful. I did 2 calls this week alone, validation calls from people from New Jersey. And I said at the end of that call, I said, listen, you're making a decision whether to join this company right now. I go, I don't even want you to make the decision until you come meet some of the leaders, because you're only a half an hour away. Go Tuesday night and meet my brother and meet some of the leaders and have a really good understanding of what this opportunity is. Because ultimately, when someone's looking at this business, I want them to make a decision to do the business, not to just join. Anybody can do that. It's only $59. I want them to make a decision to join and be like Sandy and Isaac and go out and educate their public about this amazing company, about this amazing products, right? So with that, I want to say, everyone, thank you for coming on to our Power Hour. We're going to shut it down because we're right at the 10 o'clock hour. And we'll see you guys obviously on the rest of this week. We have virtual events Wednesday and Thursday at 8 o'clock. Mike did ours tonight. What an amazing presenter he is. I think he might be on again this weekend. And Kirk, you're on tomorrow night, right? For the virtual event. And
That's
so
right.
Everybody invite your prospects to see Kirk tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. He does an incredible presentation. And then obviously starting on Monday, we have the State of the Union with the CEO of the company that's going to share where we are. We don't want to miss that. We want to all promote that. Get your teammates on there. That'll be an incredible event in itself. And so with that, thanks for the Power Hour. It's only Tuesday. Tomorrow's Wednesday. We got a whole week ahead of us, guys. And enjoy. Safe travels, Bella. Tell Nick.
Thank you. Thank you.
Safe travels.
Thank
Thanks,
you,
everybody.
Kirk.
Have a
Thank you,
great evening.
guys.
Have a good
Great.
Thanks,
night.
guys.
Thank you,
Great
everybody.
call.
Thanks, guys. Great call. Great call,
Thank
guys.
you.
Don't think Big John is on.